You didn't say.
All right. This is episode 180. This is the fourth season, the fourth year of ClearProp TV, and we have merged over for Run to the Sky. So this is actually belongs to Run to the Sky nonprofit, this amazing podcast. All right, looks like we're on. So welcome everybody. My name is Sean Simons. Welcome to Run into the Sky Paramotor Podcast. You guys know it is clearproptv.com. Welcome everybody. Tonight we're going to be talking about a lot of fun things. Pretty much Butch is going to be running around in the background. What's up, Butch, in the background? Hey. And we got Will Fly, Paramom USA, and Scuba Steve. So let's go ahead and talk with Linda real quick. Linda, welcome. And we want to see some pom-poms and all that fun stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know, right?
I got one hand. The kitty wants to play. And then I have my phone. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Monday night. We're just kind of have a just kind of hangout show Monday night, talk about stuff, mostly paramotor stuff and what everybody's been up to all week and everything. And yeah, that's what we do on Mondays. We just kind of, you never know who's going to pop in the Zoom, and we all just kind of hang out. So welcome everybody. Welcome my panel. You guys are awesome. Couldn't do it without you. I had an awesome weekend.
Oh yeah, what'd you do?
Stayed in Holland, Michigan, at my sis's house, and all my sis's and some friends. We all got together. We had a girls' trip, so we had a really fun girls' weekend, like 4 days. Everybody hung out. We went to the dunes and went on the what do you call that? The dune buggies. And that was super fun. And it wasn't like a dune buggy, where you go pouncing and, all over the place. So they took you in this dune buggy, but it was, a bunch of people in it. And I go through all these crazy roads and everything. And it was super fun. So we had a really good time. Really good time. It was a nice break and everything, good weather and all that stuff. So this is our tradition now. Once a year, head over to Sis's, and
really
her husband cooks and makes us breakfast and barbecue, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, very blessed.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, it's always good to see you. Because this is summertime, we don't have a guest right now. We're trying to keep it, guest list unless somebody really wants to join us. If you notice, I got the hiccups, so I apologize if in the middle of my sentence I hiccup like that. Let's see. We are going to be giving away something awesome tonight. We're going to be giving away a throttle magnet. Those really cool magnets that keep your throttle on, courtesy of Chris Carlos. And
Cool.
So thank you very much, Chris. We appreciate that. So we're going to be doing the spinny wheel of winning things. I always have to emphasize will. Matter of fact, we're going to be looking at Will's Just the Tip 11.0 tonight. And then we're also going to be talking with Scuba Steve tonight about the new PPG headsets. So make sure you stay tuned. Hit that like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Will Fly, welcome to the show, buddy.
Hey. Thanks. Good to be here. As
Good.
always, I always look forward to Monday nights.
Me too. So tonight we're going to be talking about Just the Tip 11.0, right?
Yeah. And truthfully, just the tip. Usually it's a lie when someone says that, but we're really going to talk about just the tip.
Excellent. And tonight, Scuba Steve, welcome. I'm glad that you're here, buddy.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Hope everybody had a safe 4th. I know we're way past that now, but if you keep all your fingers and toes, you're doing pretty good.
Always keep the fingers and toes. And you have the PPG Smoke headsets, right? Have you been able to check them out and test them out? And
I have. I mean, we're going to go into that in a little bit. The PPG Smoke Unity headset is the newest iteration of the PPG Smoke headset. We'll talk about that.
Excellent. All right. So first off, let's go ahead and chat with Will Fly. And once again, I hope you like hiccups because I got those. I've had those for the last 2 days. How the hell do you get, or 3 days?
Say peanut butter.
Peanut butter?
There you go.
What is
All
that?
right, you're cured.
Oops. Nope.
You have to believe in the peanut butter.
I believe in the peanut butter, but the peanut butter doesn't believe in me. Nope, there it goes.
It always works for me. Okay, I don't know.
I need somebody to scare me or something, but that doesn't work very well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and mute my hiccups and stuff, and we're going to let Will Fly talk about Just the Tip 11.0, and don't forget to say hello to Will Fly in the super chat because we are going to be giving away a throttle magnet and the spinny wheel of Winnie Things.
Did that make it bigger?
Yes.
Just the
and
tip?
we're talking about just the tip and just made it bigger. Yes, we
All right. Well, yeah, I have a lot of fun putting these videos together. And, just at the last minute, Sean was like, hey, you want to just talk about your video tonight? And I said, okay. So anyone that knows anything about me as far as my videos go, I take my time doing them. And I kind of let them evolve. A lot of times I'll start with an idea and at the end of the video, it's something completely different. And sometimes things happen in the middle of a video that I'm doing, and I kind of incorporate that into that video. If it's
I just noticed that. That is hilarious.
What?
You have a door alarm sensor. Okay.
Yeah, it came with the van.
Cool.
Yeah, I got my coffee pot in the back there, and yeah, van life in itself, that's a whole nother freaking show. It's you just grab the keys and go, but there's a lot of thought that goes into full time and in a van, even if it's just for a week at a time, and especially when you're bringing little dogs and stuff like that. So yeah, so anyways, I'm going to press play. There's not going to be any sound, but we'll just kind of go through it. That's my little dog Yubby. This video, I started out talking about changes. So many people that I've met in paramotoring have gotten into this sport because they heard that it can change their life and for the good. It's good therapy. It's a good distraction. It's a good life distraction. I've often said, and I mean it, that the only time that I feel 100%, I mean, just I'm happy with where I am at that moment is when I'm in the air. And so kind of started it out with that, and learning to fly is something that I have always wanted to do, and I actually did. And that's, I'm a commercial pilot. I've got a flight instructor's CFII, and I've always just had flying in the back of my mind in some form or fashion. So I'm not going to go through the entire video, just the key points. Let me fast forward it here just a little bit. My internet's going slow. That's not it. It's coming up. It's coming up. So I like to start the video off with some cool shots that I've gotten personally. The next section talks about PPG growth, and this actually amazed me. I knew that we had grown a lot as a sport, and this was not a scientific survey or whatever, but just a short period of time, I threw up on several different websites like USPPA, Paramotor, some of the bigger ones, asking what year did you take your first flight? And from the results that I got, I mean, it has spiked so much. It kind of stayed level from 2014, down here all the way up to 2021. It started to head up in 2020, and I believe that if it weren't for COVID, because man, we were rocking, training was really experiencing a boom, but COVID kind of put a damper on things. So we had a slight decrease, but man, check out what happened in 2021. So 7,556% increase. That is that's pretty impressive. All right, and then the next step, let's see. So then I go into the whole ethanol free thing. If you use ethanol free fuel, which I do, it's always best to get it from a dedicated pump, because if you don't, whatever somebody else has, whatever the person before you got, if you got 87 just regular unleaded, there's still fuel in that fuel hose, and that's what you'll be getting. They say up to a third of a gallon or more, but I don't want any. If I'm if I'm paying for the good stuff, I want all good stuff.
Hey, real quick, Will, let's ask everybody in the super chat, how many people use ethanol-free gas opposed to regular ethanol gas?
Yep.
Thanks, Will.
Sure. And feel free to stop me at any time. Anyone on the panel. I mean, this is not a PowerPoint presentation. So just, feel free to ask me anything. The next thing I did is I checked into, not that I would do this, but there are some that probably would do it. And you might find yourself in a pinch sometime and need to do it because you insist on using ethanol-free fuel. Obviously, it's a lot more expensive than regular fuel, but you can make your own. And from what I investigated, it's you take 26 ounces of water, throw it in a gallon of fuel, and just let it set for a good period of time, and then siphon off the good stuff from the top. But one thing you have to keep in mind is that the ethanol actually increases the octane of the fuel. So if you remove the ethanol, you will also be reducing the octane. So if you start with a higher regular unleaded octane, then when you remove the octane, you're bringing it down. I don't know how much it brings it down, but that's just something to take into consideration. What was I learn a lot doing these videos myself, because I try to put good information out there. I try not to just, I don't know that anything that I present on a video is something that somebody has told me or something that I have learned. It's not that I'm a smart person. It's just if I hear something that's kind of cool, I just want to throw it out there to the community, and yeah, so there's that. All right, so next up, let's see like this, for example, that's a preset torque wrench, so already set to 7 Newton meters. And Mark McElroy was kind enough to share this with me. They're $20 on Amazon and real handy to, you don't have to keep your big torque wrench or whatever. You just, you'll find, I think, that if the more handy things are, the more likely you are to do it on a regular basis. So that's why things like this interest me. Preset, Cresta Cycle, torque wrench, $20 on Amazon.
Yeah, I bought one of those. I mean, you can get whatever Newton meter. I don't know what the lowest is they got, but I think they got from 4 all the way up to 10 Newton meters for that wrench.
Yep.
Your prop is usually 7 or 8 Newton meters, so that works great. I mean, it's a quick tool you can carry around with you instead of a gigantic torque wrench, especially if you're going to a fly-in or something, so you can still check the torque on your prop.
Yep. Yeah, this is a beautiful sunset shot, but I forgot to throw something extra in there. Anyways, this is talking about second chances. I mean, it's kind of my personal story too, because it just, I don't know, it just almost feels like when you enter the sport, and I don't mean to be cheesy by saying this, it just kind of feels like a rebirth, a reset, like you hit the reset button. So that's kind of whatever. So this is where I talk about, I didn't want the world to pass me by. I just kind of, a lot of times you get a cool idea And if you're one of the people that are sitting on the couch or you're listening to this while you're driving, wondering, hey, I'd really like to do that, and then you start talking yourself out of it, man, that's a bunch of crap. You can do this sport if you really want to do it and you're interested in flying. This is an awesome way to experience it. And as a matter of fact, I've got thousands of hours in an airplane, but not one of them has come close to flying a paramotor as far as the feeling of flight and the freedom that comes along with it. So, yeah.
See, that's what you mean by that whole rebirth thing you were talking about. You're looking at the world from a whole different perspective flying like that. So that's why I think you feel like it's a rebirth, because you look at everything differently once you start flying a paramotor.
Let's talk about that for a little bit, because I might have even mentioned that in a previous video, but every time I fly, when I land, I feel better, and the problems, whatever's, rolling around in my head before I left, flying actually just kind of puts things, like you said, Steve, into perspective. It's not, when you're down on the earth, you feel like this little ant, or whatever, and you're flying. It's just like, oh man, this is beautiful, and you kind of get to see the big picture, and in some way that just kind of helps me out there. So,
I got a question for everybody in the super chat. How often are you guys able to fly per week on average during the summertime? Like just a day per week, maybe a couple days per week, and then how many hours do you get to fly? I'm curious. I'll be watching the super chat.
That's a good question, and I can't see the chat, so if there are any questions, I can't see them, so someone can chime in, I guess.
I don't see any questions yet, but
okay,
you're good.
All right, so this is just me, clipping in, getting ready, and getting ready to go fly. This is a Brian Waller's place. He's got an awesome setup down there in Alabama. That's a Mark McElroy. That's Shane. Never trust the skinny chef Shane. That's Ben Lorenzi at his place. This is a good point that you might not know about. If you're in the sport though for a while, you will definitely hear about it, because a farmer will bring it to your attention. But it's best to stay clear of livestock. I mean, a cow is a cow, but man, it's money to that farmer.
Like that. Steer clear.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So you don't want to be responsible for injuring a calf or a cow or, my gosh, a horse, because they take that stuff real serious. And we try to be good neighbors as best we can, and it'll serve you well. It really will. I can't tell you how many. As a matter of fact, just recently, when you land, if you have to land out, you're probably going to end up landing out in a farmer's field. So it doesn't pay them, whatever. So right here, we're talking about cloud clearances. What was that?
That's good. I love the animation. Very creative.
Thank you. So cloud clearances and visibility, a lot of people struggle with that. There's airspace that you have to learn, and then there's the visibility requirements and the cloud clearances for each separate airspace that you're flying in. The nice thing though, before I even get into this, the nice thing is we're going to fly in class G and in class E airspace. On occasion, you might find yourself with permission flying in other airspaces, but if you remember the rule and stick to the rule, you will cover just about all of your flying, unless you're flying in some other type of airspace. And the rule is 3 statute miles visibility, 500 feet below the cloud, 1,000 feet above, 2,000 feet horizontal. If you remember that, you'll be golden, because the others will be less than that, and that would be class G airspace. So if you remember the rule, there's 3 exceptions. One is Class G, which is 1 statute miles, and you just have to stay away from the clouds. Class B is 3 statute miles, and you just have to stay away from the clouds. But you should stay away from Class B altogether. 10,000 feet and above. Now, that might come in to play if, you like to fly a little higher. But 5 statute miles is the visibility requirement, and you have to stay 1,000 feet up and below a cloud and a mile horizontal. The reason, if you understand the reason behind why they have different cloud clearance and visibility requirements, it makes it's easier to understand. But the reason is above 10,000 feet, there is no speed limit. So you need more time to react than just don't create a sonic boom. But you need more time to react to oncoming traffic, especially when even when you're under instrument conditions, it's still your requirement to, if you can, and you're flying in visually VFR conditions, you still have to maintain separation from other aircraft. But that's the reason that the clearances increase.
Well, when I go up over 10,000 MSL, I always go really super fast and create a sonic boom.
Yeah, right. so that's a question. Okay, so what I just said though is, so then why would, let's see if I can get to it. In Class G airspace, let me find it, sorry. Okay, so 3 statute.
And while you're trying to find that, you guys in the super chat, do me a favor. Do you know what statute miles mean and nautical miles mean? If you do, put them in the super chat. So in case someone else does not know, they will now know.
That's true. Very true. So if it's 3 statute miles, 500 below, 1,000 above, that's called standard. That's the standard. And if you stick to the standard, you'll be covered. So the funny thing is, why though would it be 3 statute miles and just remain clear of clouds in Class B? You would think it would be more. But the reason is because it's so tightly controlled. You have to have a clearance, not permission. You have to have a clearance. You have to actually hear the words "cleared to enter Class Bravo airspace." If you don't hear those words, you cannot go in. So that's the reason they can, bring the minimums down there. We talked about that, the separation, and what else? What's next? Okay, yeah, so yeah, talking about giving each other time to maneuver around each other and avoid contact. And it also, did you see that jet coming out of there? It also, and I've had this happen as a VFR pilot. I've had aircraft come out of clouds, and I understood the reason why you need to stay clear of clouds at that point as a new pilot. So that's old Brian Waller. This is at Brian Waller's field with, that's PPG, the other Nick there. There's Paramotor NC and Brian Waller. All right, so at this point, we're getting into talking about these springs right here. There's 1, 2, and there's a third one in the back. And then there's 1, 2, and then 2 more in the back. Those springs are the only thing that keep that elbow on. So Brian was telling me that I need to spray some WD-40 in there after each flight, because I was telling him at this point, mine doesn't move, it's locked in there. And he's saying, yeah, it does. So he's pointing to where you spray the WD-40, which I'll show you here in a second, right there. And then down below, right there. And some people kind of hit it with the soft part of their hand after each flight just to make sure it doesn't freeze up. So I told Brian thank you and that I understood, but I never did it. And a month later, I'm looking at my exhaust. I'm like, oh man, please tell me that's not a crack. And yeah, sure enough. So I wet my finger, tried to wipe it away. It didn't wipe away. And I knew that I wasn't going to be flying that day. So this is where, and this is a shout out to, the whole thing is basically a shout out to
Sky Sports.
Sky Sports USA. Those guys rock. I mean, they really work hard. You order something and boom. I added a little cow doing some kiting in the background. See, I have fun with these videos, trying to come up with little ideas and stuff like that. I actually ordered that elbow from them and the parts that I needed. And then after it was shipped, I realized, dang it, I shipped it to the wrong freaking address. So he worked back behind the scenes, and he made it right for me. And you need something, go to Sky Sports, you won't be disappointed. All right, so at this point, I'm just talking about the cost to make the repairs about $250. Note though, let me go back. What I used to pull the spring with was this down. Can you all see my mouse?
Yep.
Okay. I use this little set right here because it was cheap, and yeah, because it was cheap. So it's a pick set is what that is. And I use this particular tool right here. I'll talk about that later. So I was worried because I'm not a big maintenance guy, and wasn't sure that I could do this. So I checked, with my buddies, and they said, yeah, you can do it. I didn't even know it was the springs that were holding it on. I figured there were bolts or something. There's safety wire and the springs. And yeah, it was easy, but it would have been a lot easier if I didn't use this tool right here. And I talked to you about it, Sean. You use a spring pull tool, and man, that would have made life a lot easier. This was like the hottest freaking day.
Yeah, there's a couple of different types of spring pullers, and the ones that I like personally are the ones that have a where you grip it. There's actually some foam or something around it, because when you're pulling, you want some sort of something, because most of the cheap ones, like the $7, $8 ones, they are just metal where you pull. But on the grip itself, there are some that actually has some really nice soft grip, and it makes it a lot easier when you are pulling.
No doubt. Yeah, no doubt. And yeah, I mean, when they say if you're gonna own a paramotor, you will become a two-stroke motor expert when it's all said and done. But having the right tool really does make all the difference in the world. So we'll come to this, but you see how much fuel I have in my tank right there? Can you tell?
Yep.
I'm not saying the exact number. Just take note of how much fuel I had in my tank.
Got it.
And we'll come to that. So I got the springs off. I got the new exhaust on, and yeah, that went really well. I just got to put the safety wire back on it, and we'll call that a job done. This was something that I discovered that Dr. Francis Regallo made the first flexible wing, and his wife made the material she used for like kitchen curtains. So that was kind of interesting. And he's the one who coined the word crispy, that denotes the newness of a wing.
Did he also coin the word regarlo with the shape of the wing?
I bet you he did, because that would be him. I mean, the Regallo airfoil or the Regallo wing. This is, the sport, it probably, when people first hear about it, they get excited about it, and they probably don't realize that this has been a long time in the making, and there's a lot that has gone before us.
Okay, a couple of people are asking, Will, what about the heat shrink to go over your springs?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
That's a good idea. And I actually sent in a message to Bitterazzi. I wanted the specific reason for the heat shrink. And the reason is it keeps it from vibrating.
Right.
But if you're going to use the heat shrink, it's my understanding that you want to use the correct type of heat shrink, because my fear was or is that the heat shrink keeps the spring from actually being a spring. You know, that would be my fear. So I understand that there's different types of heat shrink, and I don't have the information yet, so I don't know, but I will before I put it on there. The most important thing for me is the safety wire. And even with the safety wire, there's specific types of safety wire you need to use. You can't just buy picture framing, whatever, picture hanging. And the reason I know that is because I bought the picture hanging wire. So don't do that. Are there any other questions, Steve?
No, that was it.
All right, so we're moving on. What's next? Oh, yeah. Okay, so the next little skit was, and this was not set up. This was not designed for this. I actually had to take Brian Waller's body and put him in there. Those two were never anywhere close to each other with an axe, I assure you. But I was trying to, you see what happens here. Okay, let me redo it or reset it. The whole idea was paramotor ground starting, and I wanted to kind of implant the idea that if you're thinking about ground starting, think about it from this, like this, you know, because this is kind of what you're trying to do here. So Brian, on the right, he lifts up the axe, and just as he lifts it up, he yells, "Clear log." And then just as he starts to bring it down, he yells, "Clear prop." And that's where Brian's like, "What?" And then Brian says, "Sorry about that." So anyways, that's Brian Waller taking off and coming to the end here. So here's the paramotor hazards. It causes language disabilities and friendship lossation. And anyone who's in the sport will know what I'm talking about before long. So this is Brian and I just hanging out, and the only words we're saying back and forth to each other is the word paramotor, because that's all we care about. That's all we want to talk about. So paramotor, 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 paramotor. And then this is Adam. He comes up and he says, "What did you guys think of the game last night?" And we look at him and we say, "Paramotor?" Brian's like, Adam just walks away in disgust.
That's great.
So, military time, most people know how to do military time. I just threw it in there because you might find you bump into it. I'm not really going to give an explanation on that. It's pretty basic.
Wave a wheel. I mean,
What?
With the big clock. Yeah.
Yeah, if it has, if the time's equal to or greater than 1300, just subtract 12, and that'll give you the time in military. If it's less than 1300, you don't have to do any math. You just put a colon in the middle, and boom, you're all set. And let's see what's coming up next. All right, so it's my buddy Dana Sheets. This guy is he knows his stuff, and when it comes to paramotoring, but he gave me an idea, and I want to preface this with, I'm not suggesting that people do it. This is just another tool that I have in my toolbox that I can use or try, see if I like it, if I don't, whatever. So I'm not suggesting that people do this. However, I did it and it did help, and I'll talk more about it later. I was wanting my wing to pop up a little bit quicker than it was. My wing's got some age to it, and it's a little lazy maybe, but let me go back. So, oh shoot, I didn't have to go back. Yeah, right there is where we hold our A's, right? So to get that little extra pop, instead, I grab the A's there. Now, when I say grab, you got to be careful with this because you can get your fingers stuck in a quick link, and that would hurt. So it's just a very light hold. It's not, you're not, holding on to it for dear life. It's just a light hold. And then as soon as you feel the pressure, it'll pop right out of your hands. So I did that and it did help. Cage, the reason I'm hesitant about even talking about this is the cage. A lot of people's cages you don't have big cages, so that puts your arms even further out. So do what your instructor tells you to do on that. And then the last thing I talked about is how to get your paramotor from point A to point LZ. And I kind of had trouble with this in the beginning, but what I found is there's just, you can, if you can do it. I mean, just there are so many different options that most people just go and they buy one of the racks from Harbor Freight or Tractor Supply and use that. Other people, like this guy Cole Davenport, this is his rig and how he gets his motor from point A to point Z. Yeah, man, that thing is wild. And it was nice of him to put that little clip together for me. This guy, Danny Williamson, this is what he drives, and he found a way to do it. He talks about how he put it together and everything. And then I'm gonna skip. And this guy, I don't know who this was. Some guy named Stephen Andrews. He now this is one of the racks. Did you get that, Steve, from Harbor Freight?
Yeah, the actual metal rack is just one of the Harbor Freight racks, and then I cut out the plywood there to run across it, and I basically drilled through the wood and the metal on the rack so that I could bolt that down. Then the other wood that's on there is bolted down into that wood.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. And you got a big cage.
Oh yeah, that's a 150 cage with a 140 prop on it. It's huge.
Yeah. Yeah. It's real nice. It's real nice to the better the system you come up with, and by better I mean secure and easy to use. Like it's just nothing better to just set your motor on a platform and just like what you did there, Steve, boom, and you're
And that
gone.
holds it great. I still use a strap though. I'm not going to trust just that. I still put a strap on it. So.
Yep. And this is what I used when I would take my motor around in my RAV4. I had this custom made. I took the design from my buddy and then I added a few things to it. And that thing's been rock solid. It was like $160 to make. To your point, see those holes right there?
Mm-hmm.
I added those so that I could also strap it down like you were talking about.
Yeah.
And the motor just sits right in that groove in the front, and in the back, it latches into those metal teeth or whatever there. Boom, boom. And then just set it down in there.
Very nice.
The holes, I added those so that I had a way of actually locking the motor if I needed to. Somebody wants to steal something, they're going to steal it, but try to make it.
I like that you can flip that one over. So if you're multi-motor.
Yes, that's exactly right. So on this side is the motor.
And when it comes to locks are to keep honest people honest.
That's exactly right. If someone wants to steal something, they'll find a way. On this side of the rack is the paramotor that I fly now. But it was also designed, I could use the other side for a Parajet Maverick because I used to have one of those. So depending on what motor I'm using, boom. If you need to transport your motor, there's a way to do it. I saw this down at what's his name? Fly It for Gauge. And then lastly, the blooper. So I'm doing a little part of the skit, and there's this wasp that's been terrorizing me the whole time, and there he is. And then as soon as I turn around, he's like right there, and I went to smack him away and threw the bucket. So
Great.
And last, am I getting in trouble with time? Okay. I'm going to stop sharing, and there we go. So
real quick, before you continue and make a note of what you're going to say, when everyone is tying down their motors, I think that people are forgetting that their motors are being held on by 4 bolts and motor mounts. If you go over potholes or anything like that, your motor mounts can shear. So what you want to be able to do is to tie your motor up and to the frame during transportation. If you don't,
good point.
They will shear. And the thing is, when you do a pre-flight, after you let's say that you go to a fly-in, right? Of course, you have your motor on the back, but you hit a couple of bumps, and it might shear one of those motor mounts. And if it does, you can't see it on a pre-flight, but you'll be able to feel it when your motor starts going. I know. Do that again one more time. Bobblehead.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
When you start bobblehead, and you know something's going on.
Yeah.
So be really careful, guys, when you transport your motors, that you find some way of keeping that motor tight up against your frame so it doesn't bounce on your motor mounts. That's my sense today.
That's a really good point. Remember, I mentioned Dana Sheets. He was in that last video. He actually, when he transports his motor, will take the prop off. He uses a trailer. He takes the prop off, puts the motor against the frame, against the wall of the trailer, but then he has a piece of wood that comes up, and it actually supports the motor itself. So
Yes.
there's no weight on the motor as you're going over bumps or whatever. So that's a real good point.
Yeah, especially also too, if you transport a trike, you want to be really careful that you put something underneath the trike to keep it from bouncing and possibly hurting your motor mounts or even your axles. One of our machines we took from Florida and brought it back over here, we hit a couple of bumps, and we did not support the trike itself, and it actually broke an axle while it's on the trailer.
Oh my gosh, you broke the axle?
It broke the axle because we did not
Just
have
the weight of the.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah, because the trailer would bounce, and we went through some crappy ass roads, a lot of holes, potholes, and things like that. And just the regular bounce, it bounced hard enough, it actually broke an axle. So yeah, support your trikes, support your motors. Your motor mounts are very fragile. Even possibly your carbon fiber axle on your trike could break.
and support your vets.
Support your vets.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Will. And you were going to say something before I interrupt. So
Yeah,
what was that?
one last thing. Remember I said take note of the fuel that was in the tank.
Right.
Okay, so I hadn't been flying in over a month. So what, 3 days ago, 4 days ago, I don't know. I went out and man, I had an awesome freaking flight. I took off. It was just a beautiful day, and it felt good to get back after not doing it for so long. It just felt good to be up there. And I was even, flying low over this field and everything, and had a lady stop, and she was taking video of me. So I was, not doing a little Kodak stuff, but nothing dangerous. I was just getting closer to her so she could get some good shots. And then as I was leaving, I got some altitude, and then I said, you know what, I'm going to go back around for one more time. So I came back around, and I did, it wasn't not a steep spiral by any stretch of the imagination, because I've had it happen quite a few times where my motor dies in a steep spiral. It's just going to happen, or could happen without, maintaining some throttle. But as soon as I came back around, my motor died. And I'm thinking, oh man. So I'm like, it took me like 6 times. It's amazing what you can do.
It ain't got no gaze in it.
No, okay, wait. So I got it cranked back up, and then I proceeded on, and then it died again. And at that point, I knew I had run out of freaking fuel. So where I had went wrong was, number one, I let complacency rule, and I had that cracked exhaust, right? In my mind, I had filled up was ready to go, and then saw the crack. In reality, I went to pull my motor out to put fuel in it to go flying. So I assumed in my head I had a full tank of fuel. So don't assume. It was a great landing.
Right.
It was a land out. I just called my buddy, picked me up, and so anyway.
I got a question for you guys, because me and Shane, Never Trust Skinny Chef Shane, were talking the other night, and I don't know which one of us brought up the point, but say you're at a fly-in somewhere, or you're just at a field and there's another paramotor pilot that's getting ready to take off. Now, just say it's me, like I don't have that much experience, but you look over and they're doing a reverse launch, but both of their lines are hooked straight to their harness. When do you say something? I mean,
what do you mean their lines are hooked to their harness?
Okay.
They're
You know
not-
how you would
they're
hook
not
for a
crossed.
forward launch? That's the way their lines are going to their harness instead of crossed, like for a reverse launch, they were coming straight.
Yeah, I would say something to them.
Wow, yeah, that's extreme. Yeah, that'd be extremely dangerous. If,
You know, it's really dangerous, but then they're like, oh yeah, but I've done this 2 years this way. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. But I mean, some pilots you can come talk to and they're like, oh, thank you so much for catching that. But then you got other ones that's like, you can't tell me how to freaking take off, blah, 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 blah. So, I mean, when is it okay to say something to somebody? And what gives you the right to tell them how to take off? I don't know. I'm just, that's.
I don't think it's like you're telling them what to do. You can say something like maybe take note that it looks like your risers are not turned around correctly, or
Right.
or maybe hey, double check because something doesn't look right on my side, so double check before you take off. I mean, you can do it to where it's not like, hey, you got to do this because I'm smarter
Right.
than you. Nobody wants that.
Right,
So
right.
maybe a good PC way of doing it would be kind of like, hey, you might want to check your risers. Something doesn't look right on my side.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you did your due diligence. You did what you could.
Okay. That makes sense.
And I feel the same way. So the only real reason I would say something that crossing the line would be a safety issue, like an immediate safety, like that would be one of them. And
Yeah.
it's all in the presentation too. I mean, I would probably say something like, hey man, I'm sorry to mention this, but I'd want someone to tell me because whatever. And
Right.
I think your lines are hooked up wrong, because
Hey, Will, I see you're about to take off, but you don't have that much gas.
where were you when I needed you, man? You didn't even have my back, and then you laughed at me. I posted just before that. I posted a picture of me and my feet up in the air and how good it felt and stuff.
Yeah.
And soon after that, boom, there I am in a soybean field.
That's crazy. But, I think it's happened to everybody. Everybody, forgot about the gas or went too far, with the wind and turned around and said, oh, crap, I'm not going to make it.
Yeah.
I think it happens to everybody. But just to let everybody know, tonight, this podcast is sponsored by runintothesky.org. And of course, even though Run to the Sky is sponsoring this, we definitely need your help. If you see... Yes, it is. If you look in the description down below, we do have runintothesky.org/donation. If you're able to do that, please do so. Also, we are still doing the raffle for the reserve. So we need at least $1,000. So the more you donate, the more raffle tickets can go out, and we'll be able to do that raffle as soon as we make some money over at Run to the Sky, because we have a school that we're building. We poured the slab, we got builders coming over, so we got a lot of money, personal money and other donations going to this, and we need to refund or we need to restock restock a little bit so we can continue to do this and get more people through our school. But definitely thank you, everybody. runintothesky.org. So thank you very much, Will. We definitely appreciate that. If you haven't done so already, check out willflyppg.com. That is his YouTube channel. He just, I guess, launched. I like that, launch. Just launched just the tip 11.0. So make sure you go over to willflyppg.com. It forwards over to his YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe and hit that bell notification. We also are going to be giving away something tonight. We're going to be giving away a throttle magnet. You know, the magnets that you put on your throttle and then put on your harness or something like that. So when you have your throttle in your hand and you land, you can just go like that. It pops onto that magnet, and now you're golden. Not when you're flying, obviously, but when you land, you can pop it on there. When you put your paramotor on your back, it's still right there. Now you can pop it off really easy and then pop it back on. So that's what we're giving away tonight. And so make sure you say hello to Will Fly so he can put you on the spinny wheel of winning things. That was a Will hiccup.
Hey, James uses ethanol free, and so does C Science. And check to see if there were any other respondents. Oh, Bill H does.
Yeah, I can drive 22 miles to get some ethanol free. I'm surprised there's no other stations around here where I can get ethanol free gas.
The other Nick, he does.
They are all over the place over here. I mean, it's actually hard to find. It's hard to find a gas station that doesn't have ethanol free. So it's very possible they have it, but it's only on one pump, because a lot of the gas stations that I go to, it's only one pump. So you got to find that one pump that has that ethanol free.
They just may not be listed on the thing.
That's possible.
Okay.
So a shout out to Chris Carlos. He is the one that's going to be donating this to run to the sky. This is kind of like what it looks like. These here, boop, and then
I love those things. I use them.
Yeah. So they have some that are just really weak, but some of them are extremely strong, which of course you need when you have a throttle. You don't want that thing to pop off and drag on the ground. But anyways, like I said, a shout out to Chris Carlos for donating this to the show tonight. Make sure you at Will Fly in the super chat and say, hey, I'm here. I want to be on the spinny wheel. Also tonight we have Scuba Steve. I know that he's been longing to talk about these PPG smoke helmets. And Scuba Steve, welcome to the show, and tell us all about your noise canceling, amazing PPG smoke headsets that are awesome opossum.
Oh, okay. Well, I have mine set up on my helmet. Now, these are, if you already have a helmet and you already have some 3M Pelter ear cups, then you're good to go. The headset literally just snaps into those. You got a PTT button on one side. You have a slot for one radio. So you can either hook your 2-meter radio or your AV radio up. You can't do both at the same time. So they only have one port now instead of two. And the reason behind that is they said in order to add all the noise cancellation stuff, they had to take one of the ports away. The mic, the boom mic is detachable. This literally just pops in, so you can just pull this thing right out.
Yeah,
so it's kind of an ambidextrous mic. So if you want your mic to be, I got cat hair on my, if you want your mic on the other side, you would just hook your head cups up the other way. Then your PTT button would be on your right. This works out great for me because my throttle hand is my right hand. So my left hand is free to push the PTT button.
Real quick, Scuba Steve, it looks like you got a really busy helmet. Can you tell us what's on the helmet? I mean, I see a couple of.
Sure. All right. Well, it wasn't that busy until like today. The way I have it set up now, so I just plugged in my GoPro. So this is the GoPro 10. And then I have, this is called an audio adapter, which when you look them up on Amazon, they say they only work for like the GoPro 8 or 9, but the box literally says that it goes all the way up to GoPro 11. So on one side, you just have a USB-C coming out. And normally the GoPro does not have a hole for you to hook a USB-C cable in. You have to buy this plate, which is like $11 that has a hole in the bottom so that you can plug your cable in. Otherwise, you have to use the media mod, and I'll tell you all about that in a minute.
That's why we use it. I like the media mod.
Yeah, the media mod's great, but Ryan Roberts came onto my YouTube and said, we've only tested the headset with the audio adapter. Get rid of the media mod, use the audio adapter. So I went and bought the audio adapter. Now this side has a USB-C connector, so you can plug a battery pack, which I have on here, into that, and it also charges the GoPro. So if you need more battery life out of your GoPro, this will constantly charge your GoPro while you're filming. So instead of getting 40 minutes to an hour, you get a lot longer. This is a 10,000 mAh, I think, a little over almost 11,000 mAh battery pack. And that'll keep me filming longer than I'll ever have a flight probably. So that works out great.
Real quick, Scuba Steve, what is your average flight time?
My last flight was over 2 hours. So
wow.
Yeah, well, I was flying over the beach. So, and when you're flying over the beach, you're going to stay up as long as possible. I flew until I was literally about to run out of gas, and then I landed.
Like you. Good for you.
Yeah, I stayed up a while, and we were flying by Kitty Hawk, which Will said he'd flow over there. So yeah, we're flying right on the beach at Kitty Hawk, and I posted a video of it. That was before I got this headset though, so don't compare the audio you get from that to this, because I did post one review of the headset so far, but that was before I got the audio adapter. Now, what I will say, that review that I posted was using the media mod, and they told me not to use that because it was giving feedback. Now, I didn't hear the feedback, but one person in the comments said they heard feedback. Maybe it did. I know that the headset itself works good from idle all the way through cruise until you get to full throttle. When you get to full throttle on the media mod, you can hear the motor really loud, but you can also hear what I'm saying. When I use the audio adapter, you hear the motor, but you can't hear what I'm saying. So I think personally, the media mod works better than the audio adapter. I may end up switching back to the media mod. It's less stuff that I got to hook up, and it just sounded better to me. So what I plan on doing, I tried to do it yesterday or the day before, but this is the problem I was having. This mic, if you move this around too much, it kind of crackles, and it shouldn't be doing that. So I think I've got it fixed now. I don't know what the deal was, but it was crackling. And this mic, you have to have it pointed the right way towards your mouth. And you'll see inside here, you got there's one side that's got a crevice in it, and that's where you're supposed to be talking. The other side also has mics, but you need to talk in the spot where the little crevice is, that is for your noise canceling and stuff. And
so the noise canceling is on the outside, and then your microphone part has to be on the inside.
Exactly. So you want the mic, I would say, within an inch of your mouth. If it gets further away than that, it's going to sound like you're far away from the microphone, even though you're not. I don't know about battery life yet, because I haven't technically went and flown with this. I just had the motor on my back testing it in the backyard. That's all I did. I can tell you the Baofeng radio using the regular Cena adapter you can buy from Amazon works absolutely flawless. The PTT button works. Everything works great. With that being said, I bought the cable that's supposed to go for the Yaesu, which is my aviation radio. Now, this one, I can hear the radio, and I looked at all the pinouts, and it looks like if I hit the PTT button on the AV radio, it will transmit. But if I hit the PTT button on the headset, it doesn't transmit. Apparently, that cable's not made for this specific radio. Now, I know other people that have the Icon radio. Those seem to work fine. I'm going to figure out a way to make it work with mine, but I mean, I rarely use my AV radio. Now, what I may end up doing is just talking to Langley on this and then putting it away and then just run my Baofeng, which is the one I communicate to everybody with, is that one. So the radios work great with it. phone calls worked great with it. Music sounded amazing on the thing. The gel head cups on this, I don't know if y'all can tell, but these gel head cups are really soft and cushy. This is actually a very comfortable headset to wear.
What were you using before, Steve?
What was I using before? I can show you one of them. These are the 3M Pelter head cups that I had on there before. Now I don't have all the cables and stuff in there, but this is what was on there before.
Okay. Yeah.
These aren't gel. These are more of a foam in there. But the ones that came with that is, yeah, if I grab the other headset, there's a bunch of cables hanging off this one. And I just cut a notch in there and then pop the head cup back on so that I could run all these cables. It looks a lot more neat when I have it together, but not as neat as the smoke headset. But what I'm trying to do, what the next video that I make, as soon as I get some time, and it's been raining, like it'll rain for 2 hours, then stop for 30 minutes, then rain another 2 hours. We're getting some weird weather right now, but as soon as I get a chance, or if I get to fly, I'm going to go test the headset flying, which will be, I think, the best way to test it. And also hopefully get somebody on the radio with it. Hey,
who was it? Bill H says you have more in that helmet than he does in his old paramotor.
Is it worth $500? Tony, that, I can't tell you which way to go on that. That's completely up to you. Right now I'm still testing it. I can't give my honest, as far from what I need it to do, it does great. The 2-meter radio works good. Phone calls work great. And the music sounds amazing on there. The music is honestly too loud. I have to turn it down. So you can't even hear your motor when the music's turned up. I hear no motor at all. It's just plain music.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Have you used any other type of noise canceling to, like maybe like Will and I used the Bose noise canceling.
Right.
Have you used any other type of noise canceling to judge the difference between this particular noise canceling and something else?
Well, I did film part of that video at the very end. I used my iPhone, which should have some noise canceling. I don't know, but that was a lot louder. You could not hear what I was saying at the end of the video. Once I got to full throttle, you couldn't hear a word I was saying. But I have Apple. I got AirPods Pro. I got some Bose ones. I got Beats. I got all kinds of headphones. But I wanted something that I could take up and not have to worry about 8 million wires, and that connected really good with Bluetooth. Now, the Bluetooth on my phone hasn't worked really good since I submerged it in water, but it still works okay.
Yeah, that
I'd have to try it with a better phone, but yeah. The ATTN, hands down the best. Yeah, now Cena makes a good headset. I can't complain with that either.
Yeah, which ones have people used, and which ones do they like the best? Because the only ones that I've done so far is the 10R, and it works great. I mean, they're amazing, but they don't have really good noise cancellation.
Yeah.
If you fly with noise cancellation that works, you will never want to fly without it.
Ain't that the truth?
I can definitely tell that there's noise canceling in this. I mean, it's obviously not 100%. I think it would be weird if you made a video of you flying and you couldn't hear the motor at all. It was completely silent, but talking, that would be weird. But I mean,
and not good. You need to be able to hear the motor.
Right. So I like that it has a little bit. And I mean, honestly, how long are you going to be on idle and all the way up through cruise? I'd say I was well above 6,000 RPM before I could really start to notice that it was getting loud in the headset. So cruising, it should be a no-brainer. It sounds fine for that.
Okay, pretty interesting.
But like I said, I'm going to get a review done soon with the audio adapter and also with the media mod, and then y'all can decide on which one sounds best and let me know so I can
Well, where do we go, Scuba Steve, to be able to watch your videos?
Just go to paramotordude.com. Y'all can go see the last video I did with the PPG smoke headset. It's just me in the backyard with motor on my back. Now, that's before I got the audio adapter. That's just with the media mod. And people were saying, oh, it's got feedback. And I'm like, if you say so. But everything worked great. And then when I first started the video, the mic was away from my mouth. And then like midway through the video, I moved it closer and it sounded way better. So definitely make sure you keep the mic closer.
And you said that you use different types of noise canceling while flying.
No, not usually while flying.
Okay.
I just have other noise canceling headsets. I don't usually use them while I'm flying. I got headsets hanging up here that have noise canceling on them, but none of those are made for flying.
Well, a lot of them are not made for flying, but
That's true.
What Will and I have done is we put the noise canceling both in, and they work amazing. The Sony earbuds, I put those in before too, and they work great as far as canceling noise. What else do I use? And the most interesting thing is, as far as noise canceling, not you, the pilot, but people listening to a conversation, is when I called Will, and I was on the was it the podcast? I can't remember what it was.
You were actually on the show.
Yeah, I was actually on the show. I was flying, and the only thing that I used was my wired earbuds that came with my iPhone. I mounted my iPhone to my chest mount, put the earbuds in, put the earmuffs over it, put a dead cat over the microphone, and no one believed that I was actually flying. They could not hear the motor or anything.
Yeah. So where did you get the dead cat for that? I mean,
you can find dead cats on Amazon, and they are so cheap. I think I got a 4-pack like $5.
You have to attach it though, right? I mean, I guess you just go through the wire and then. I
zip tie a lot of things.
Okay.
I didn't mention this, but this is right here. This cord that's you can barely see. There we go. This cord, that's my 3.5 millimeter out that goes up to my GoPro. The good thing that I like about this is it records everything. So if I'm making a video to go on YouTube, anything you hear on gaggle, no music, you name it, it all goes through that and gets recorded on the GoPro. So if you're trying to do royalty, if you're trying to put music on YouTube, you're gonna get in trouble. But yeah, it records everything. Phone calls, it's all in there. That's pretty neat.
Don't know if I want everybody to hear my phone calls, but
well, yeah, I mean, you can do it either way, but the gaggle information is pretty cool that it comes over, and then also, your 2-meter radio, so you can, if you're talking to somebody else in the air, that gets recorded, so you hear both sides of the conversation instead of just one side, which you see on 90% of the videos out there.
You know what I like to see, Steve, is that you do a live stream with that on. Because all the GoPros stream live through your phone's data.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Well, maybe I'll get to fly here soon. And then I know I got a fly-in coming up in September, but that's in September. But maybe we'll take another trip down to Kitty Hawk, even though Will ain't going to come because he's too lazy.
You're closer to it than I am.
Hey, well, yeah, but look how far what's that Moonshiners is from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moonshiners is close for you, but far for me.
I'm not so sure. Yeah, I think you'll find it might be about the same distance.
Okay.
Yeah. You just need to fly over to Moonshiners next. That's all. On your Paramount.
David Wolf, I agree with that statement. Yeah, you can't really say anything back to Ryan Roberts, or he will come at you hardcore. He doesn't take criticism very well. I mean, we're trying to help him by pointing out what issues the headset has. You're supposed to take criticism and then improve your product, not go, you son of a gun, you didn't use the adapter. I said, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear all that. Yeah.
Well, has anyone tried the Aviator set yet?
There's a lot of people that have that.
Aren't those like $1,800?
I thought they were 1,100. I mean, if they're 1,800, I wouldn't even
Oh,
consider.
1,100, 1,200. I don't know. I just knew that they were really expensive, like over $1,000, and I don't have the budget for that one.
No, I think most people don't. But hey, this is not an easy challenge to meet. You know, good, clear communication's always been a problem for me.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Rich, where's that little communication thing that you just brought over here? He brought one over here, and this is what we've been putting in all of our helmets. And they're only like, what, 10, 15 bucks on Amazon. And bring a helmet over here too that has one on too, would you?
The Envelo or Envelo knockoff? Is that what those are?
They are actually, if I can't read without my glasses, and I'm over at the shop, so I can't really see what these are. But anyways, they're just regular motorcycle helmets, comms, and they just fit like this, and it has the microphone. Now, of course, if you put these inside a full face, obviously they work pretty well, but we are not full face. So what we've done is we've taken a regular helmet, and what we've done is we've incorporated these into our muffs here. All we do is put a little, not even a hole, is kind of like a little
1/8 drill bit. You lay it up against her.
They can't see you. They can't see you or hear you. I don't think they can.
It's an 1/8 drill bit. You just lay it down on it and burn it, burn across through it.
Yeah. So all we do is we take off the gel, we burn a little groove and put that in, and then we put in the earpiece on that side, run it underneath, and put it in the other side. And for $16, you can take a regular helmet like this and have communication Bluetooth that's pretty darn good. We've talked up there a couple of times on these, and they're not horrible.
Nope,
but they're definitely not, aviators. They're definitely not noise canceling, but they will work for 15 bucks on Amazon. I guess I could find them on Amazon and show you which ones I got.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, it's good to have options if you want to go the cheaper route, especially like if you're doing multiple helmets like that for students, then yeah, you want to go the cheaper route. You can't buy like 8, $1,100 helmets. That doesn't work out very good.
Yeah, David Wolf said, I'm sorry, Dave, I don't have my phone on me. But he said he uses the Envolo and they're great. And if it's the same thing I'm thinking of, I purchased, I got this idea from Brian Waller, but I purchased, it's an Envolo knockoff, I guess, but it's just as good. And it was super, super cheap. Wish I could remember the name of that.
Scuba is not rich, Tony, not by any means.
You were before you bought that.
I know, man, that helmet broke me. Will's got all the money. He's the one that built that toy collar camper thingamajigger.
James thinks you won the lottery, Sean, because you're building all this fancy schmancy stuff.
It's definitely not the lottery, but it definitely is a lot of my own savings that I have put into this Run Into the Sky nonprofit to help people run into the sky. I really enjoy doing this. I really have found my niche, and all the money that we get for tuition in Paramotor, Arkansas, we just put it back into Paramotor, Arkansas, and we put it into the new nonprofit. So I'm not making any money, but the school is really coming up pretty well, and I really have been enjoying it. So this right here is the thing I'm talking about. It's just, let's see. Well, actually, I've tried a bunch of different ones. So 15, 16 bucks, motorcycle helmet with Bluetooth. It charges right here on the microphone itself. So there's no other weird thing that's on top of your helmet like these things right here. It's a snag hazard, right? If you get something like these. So I've been searching for different things, and they're more expensive. Been searching for different things, and this is what we came up with. And I'm not sure how long the battery lasts in these, but we go up for an hour. Was it an hour flight? Hour and a half flight, and they lasted. Oh, there it is. 48 hours working time, 80-hour standby time. So, yeah, batteries last a good long time, and they're USB-C charge connector. So I like them, and I don't know if anybody else has anything like this. And if you have, definitely let us know in the super chat. What do you use for comms? I mean, Scuba Steve is. And how much are the ones from PPG Smoke? Just the comms themselves?
$549.
$549. Plus, then you have your own helmet that you got to mount them on, right?
You got to get your own helmet. Yeah, they're planning on releasing a hardware kit for like 20 something bucks, and all that's going to be is basically this metal piece and this. You still got to buy a helmet, and then you can, but you can buy all this stuff off Amazon. These clips, and then just hook them into that if you wanted to, but you're still going to need a helmet.
Oh, I didn't know that they don't come with the clips either. That's
no,
crazy.
yeah, the headset itself does not. It basically comes with these two ear cups and one cable that goes from one cable, one headset cup to the other side, and the microphone. That's it. Right. That's all that it comes with, and a charging cable. But USB-C.
You're plugging in your strobe?
Yes.
All right. So we're plugging in our strobes, getting everything ready, because tomorrow morning we're going to try to go out and fly at 0 dark 30. It's
you can't fly right now? What?
Well, I'm on here with you guys.
We're already past an hour. Time to go.
I know, right?
I'm ready.
I know. I'm ready.
Oh, wait, we didn't spin the wheel of wheeling things.
We need to spin the wheels. So, Will, go ahead and spin around in circles.
The wheel of willy things? What the hell am I talking about?
What you talking about, Dan? Hey, let me say this. We did, as a community, we lost one podcast show, whatever. There's going to be a new podcast only. It's not going to be a live stream, but David Wolf is going to have a new podcast that comes out each Monday. And so, like I said, it's not live, so you can watch it at any time. It's called Paramotor Life, and the first episode will start July 31st. So check it out.
I'm actually looking forward to that.
Cool.
He always did a really good show, and now that he's going to come back on and continue to do the podcast, I'm really happy that David's doing that.
He is, but again, it's not a live show like what we're doing right now. It's just strictly a podcast. It'll be great. I mean, when I got into this sport, actually, PPG Grandpa was first show that I watched, and it was a podcast. I didn't watch it live for a long time, but I listened.
It seems like a lot of people have listened to our audio. Our audio is doing really well. Our audio show.
Oh, good.
These usually get a couple hundred, maybe 300 views when we do these shows, but the audios, man, it can be 3,000-4,000 listens per week that people
cool.
listen to. We went to so shout out to what was his name over at Best Pro Shop? Matthew or all right, Marshall. That's it, Marshall. Shout out to Marshall over at Bass Pro Shop. We went there. We're getting our generator for the trailer, so we have air conditioning. And
Big shout out to Marshall. Come join us, buddy.
Yeah, big shout out. We went there and we said that we're getting this generator for the Run to the Sky. It's about paramotors. He goes, "Oh, I know about paramotors." And I said, "Oh, you probably saw Tucker Gott." And he goes, "Who's Tucker Gott?" And I said, "Did you know about PPG Grandpa?" "Yeah, I know PPG Grandpa. I listen to him." I said, "I'm PPG Grandpa." "No way." So I actually met somebody that knew me and not Tucker Gott. Go figure on that one. So we invited him over to Paramotor Arkansas to learn to fly.
Cool.
Awesome.
Cool. We ready for the wheel?
We're ready. We're ready for the wheel. And Linda, we're ready for you to say hello to everybody. the spinny
Okay,
wheel.
I'm unmuted. Hi, chatters. Welcome, welcome. So happy to have you here on Monday night, just hanging with us. I learned all kinds of stuff tonight, so this is pretty cool. So good luck to everybody in the spinny winny wheel of Willy Winnie's things. Say that fast 3 times. No, just kidding. Okay, let's see. We got Bill H, Kramer, the other Nick, Angela Preslick, CT Fly, Tony Marzano, Gary Simons, Bonnie Franz, Matt Sloper, David Wolf, James C. Science, Dewey Milstead, Matt Sloper, John Wayne, Brian Franz, I Can Fly PPG, Johnny Roush, Kevin Houston, Flying Flamingo Jade, my lovely, and Kenneth Kidwell are all in the chat room tonight. Thank you all so much. I love you bunches.
All right, we ready?
Bunches and bunches. So tonight we are going to be spinning the spinny wheel of Winnie Things, courtesy of Chris Carlos, that had donated a couple things to Run to the Sky and said, please give these away on your show. So Chris, a big shout out to you, my friend. Thank you so much. And tonight we're spinning for the magnet for your throttle, a throttle magnet.
It's like the hurricane wheel.
It does.
Ready?
Ready to rock and roll. All right.
Wait,
James,
did you
I want to say
Oh, there, I
James.
said hi to John Wayne.
Who's
Hi,
it gonna be?
Cowboy,
Angela Presley,
and the other
as
Nick.
usual.
I'm thinking it might be Tony Marzano, Bill H, Danny Roosh, Dave Wolf, Gary Simons, I Can Fly,
Really?
Kenneth, Science, Flying Flamingo, Jade, Brian Franz, Kevin Houston, Dewey Milstead, Matt Sloper, Kramer, James, CT Fly, Angela Presley, Bonnie Frant, the other Nick, and John Wayne. One of those.
Hey,
Whew.
Conway.
Whew, one of those.
I wasn't listening, Sean. What was that?
Come on, it's coming for Angela. It's coming.
Oh, Brian Franz, he wins everything.
Oh, no, might be
Houston's
James.
gonna win everything. Real.
It's gonna be James.
Oh,
Kramer.
slow down.
Ooh,
Big Kramer.
is it
Oh, it's
James?
gonna be so
Oh,
close.
James.
Oh, James is gonna win.
James is gonna
Woo!
That
Congratulations, James.
James,
was too
yay.
off.
Boom. Choco loco loco.
Ooh, that was close.
So, James, since you have won and we got this donation, what we need you to do is to get up with me. Just text me at 501-747-3558. Let me know that you won on the spinny wheel of Winnie Things. And I just need your name, address, mailing address, so we can send this out to you.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Congratulations. Yes,
Yes.
I use my name, Sean's. That's all. That's like the motivation, right? Dedication. Congratulations. Yeah, I can put my name
Vacation.
everywhere, right? Oh, let's try Will. Congratulate Will. No, that doesn't work. Congratulate Steve. Nope. Congratulate Linda. Nope, doesn't work. Nope, just Sean. All right. Let's go ahead
Even the next flying is Moonshiners.
Moonshiners. That is awesome. Hey, you want to be in here for the picture? We got to do a thumbnail. Watch Linda take off her glasses. Yep. Linda took off her glasses.
Oh, my hair is my face. Ah,
You
it's
have
really,
hair?
you know, it's really hard to be me. Okay, I'm just saying. Somebody's got to do
1,
it.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go.
Yay.
Yay, no fancy background tonight, chatters, because you know, it's
John,
summertime,
You're blurry.
Monday night.
What's
Oh,
that?
just-
Sean is
I
blurry.
didn't need all
I'm
that
blurry?
behind me
Let's try it
tonight.
again.
You want to do it again?
Sure.
Oh, are you really? You're doing
Yep.
another one?
One more time. 1, 2, 3. That's
You're such a
got something
dork.
right here.
Sean's such a dork.
Such
Golly,
a dork.
you old
You got a piece
grandpa
of
dork.
parsley right there, man.
Oh yeah, the Northern Lights flying's coming up the end of July. Well, just this weekend. Yeah,
That's
I
exciting.
know.
21st,
It's-
22nd, 23rd of July.
Wow.
If you're in Wisconsin, better go.
For the Lights
Or
of
even close.
Paramotors LLC. Woo!
Woo.
Like it. I like it.
Well,
Thank you,
depending
Reed
on
and Erik.
on
I love you
students and
bunches.
stuff, we
Much,
might be
much
able to go.
love. Much love.
You want to take a trip all the way up there to
Yeah.
and bring the camper?
Yeah.
Yeah. We might
All right, go.
We might,
Thank
we
you,
might go.
chatters, for hanging with us tonight in the chat room. I get a shout out
just
to my
started now, you
chatters. We so appreciate you every Monday night
Absolutely.
hanging with us. We really do.
Absolutely.
So
Every Monday night.
much love.
Crazy. This is episode 180. 4 years, 4 seasons of doing this podcast, and less than 6 months, we'll be in our 5th year. What?
That's just,
Unbelievable.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy? Time flies like a pair,
guys
like
are
a
family.
like a
You guys-
pilot.
You guys are family to me, that's for sure.
How you like the trike there, Butch?
Oh, loving it. Loving it. Setting
I
new
saw
tones.
you. You know what I did notice though? Do you have the front wheel out too far? It looks like you're tiptoeing trying to put your feet
A
on.
lot of people said that. It's because I'm short. I've got it pulled in as far as it goes.
He's short. Go ahead and stand up. We'll show you the difference. So go ahead and stand up. Yeah, see how short he is?
He's standing on a stool.
No, I'm not.
That's funny.
Put some
Yeah, and
wooden
you're not
blocks on the
saying
bottom of
anything.
your shoes.
That was funny. Welcome
Yeah,
to our
so-
Para family, Butch. I just want to
Yeah.
say
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
welcome. Yes.
Butch
We love
Fly
you.
from
We love you.
Fly Butch Fly.
Yeah.
We can find you on ppgbutch.com.
PPGButch.com.
All right, and then find you on
Find me on Instagram, Fly Butch Fly. You can find me on YouTube, Butch Fly, and ppgbutch.com takes you to YouTube also.
excellent. Oh yeah, so and you can find me at ppggrandpa.com or paramotorarkansas.com or runintothesky.org or .org because this is our audio show goes to paratalk.org.
Okay.
So if
Okay.
you want to listen to our show, if you go to paratalk.org, you'll be able to you'll be able to listen to all of our shows for the last 4 years.
wow.
Amazing.
Is there going to be a link on runintothesky.org?
There is a link down below, and you can go to runintothesky.org, and we're working on it still. Obviously, it's a work in progress. If you would like to help us out with with my hiccups, no, not with our hiccup. If you'd like to help us out by going to runintothesky.org, my damn hiccups.
He's had them all day.
3 days. I'm tired of these damn things. You can help us out by going to the donation page. If you have somebody that you would like to nominate, you can nominate someone or you can nominate yourself. The nomination page is up and running. So if you are a
Cool.
disabled vet and you want to fly, check us out.
I love the homepage.
Oh yeah, the homepage. If on a computer, go to runintothesky.org, and the first thing you see is Butch running into the sky.
Yeah.
Our first
My
candidate.
first flight.
Yep.
And
The one that he goes, I'm flying like a bird. We could hear him. We could hear him from 1,000 feet up there. I'm flying, Sean. I'm flying.
hey, it was a
It's-
dream come true.
Yeah, it's
I've been
amazing.
waiting on it, dreaming
That's
about it.
cool.
How many flights you got now? 20,
Right
21?
at 20.
20?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Went
So
over
I got
1,000 feet yesterday for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Broke a couple personal records, and now I'm gonna try to break them more.
Oh yeah, that
Nice.
reminds me.
I got
How many
lots of-
people?
Oh, did y'all see that Gaggle added now that you can chat other people and stuff on Gaggle now?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
added a bunch of new stuff.
Ooh.
Let me
I
ask
forgot
one
what all it was, but
I had to add in all my information again yesterday.
you can
Yes, sir.
follow people on Gaggle. So like if you wanted to follow Sean and see when he flies, if he allows it, because you can turn privacy mode on. But if you leave that off, then you can see everybody's flight that you know. You just got to look them up.
Cool.
Yeah,
Good
and
book.
also too, we got a group, Run to the Sky group. You're more than welcome to join us on Gaggle, and Paramotor Arkansas group. You're more than welcome to join us. That way you can
Oh,
see
cool.
Okay. Butch, what
Yes.
is, if you had to pick one word, what would the one word be to describe your first flight?
Life changing.
I knew
That's
he
two
was going to
words.
say that. And I was
Right.
like, that's more than one word.
That's 2 words.
Well, maybe he can hyphenate the life.
Yeah, I guess you could hyphenate it.
Yeah, he hyphenated.
Yeah.
But it's life changing. I mean,
Yeah,
for
it was.
everybody out there that flies, tell me it's not life changing. It 100% is life
Yes.
changing.
Everything. I
Absolutely,
used to do.
absolutely, absolutely.
My woman says, couldn't you find a safer hobby?
What is your favorite hobby? Fishing?
That-
You can get like,
That little skit
on
that
your
you
finger.
made, Will, with the paramotors.
paramotor. Yeah, there you go.
That little skill
Oh.
summed it up, pretty much sums it up. That's
Yeah,
pretty
it
much all
does.
me and Sean talk about. From the time we wake up to the time we go to sleep.
Right. We talk power motors.
When we drive
Oh.
and we go like across town or across the state or down in Texas,
Across a couple of states.
we don't turn the radio on. We've never turned the radio on. We're just this nonstop paramotor.
It's
Yep.
bad. No matter where you go, you're like, man, I wonder what it'd be like to fly right here.
Yep.
It's just
Everywhere.
everywhere, everything you do is
Everywhere.
paramotor.
Yep.
Paramotor.
Yep, that's the
love it.
first thing Robert,
I
when
love it.
Robert came to visit and seeing, where Ryan lives and all this acreage he has and everything, and he's looking at all the trees and, it's so beautiful up here. And the first thing, you think I can fly here?
That's it.
Yep, yep.
We are blessed right here. We are blessed. Chris has helped us out so much. Man,
Yeah.
this is such a blessing.
So,
Yeah,
so
we can
Butch, when you went on your first flying thing, when you first went up in the air, was your heart like racing? You're like, oh, and then when you
Yes,
landed, you're just like, were you still, I didn't even
I was
I went up in
shaking
the air and
12 hours
tried, but
after
I
I
wasn't
landed.
flying like you. So I can't imagine the emotions that were going on when you
Oh, yeah.
landed.
They
I-
all came at one time. When I landed, all the emotions come up from the time I was a kid jumping off my mom's couch, with a towel wrapped around my neck thinking I was Superman to actually
Oh, yeah.
being, because
Oh,
3 years I dreamed about it, watching it on YouTube, and
So
Oh,
you-
yeah.
I know what it
tried
was.
off. Jumped
Yeah.
off roofs with umbrellas. This
Yeah.
umbrella can make me come down
those
slower.
kids did. Yeah, exactly. I broke a pinky doing that. I had a sheet jumping off the roof with a sheet.
There you go.
Oh, this would be good enough for a canopy. Woohoo!
We were just training early. That's all.
Yeah, that's all it was.
You're probably
Man.
like, dang, man, I wonder what it would have been like if I didn't have that sheet over my head. Thank goodness. I could have
there you go.
died.
So then when you landed and everything, then you went and you grabbed your Superman cape, didn't you? And you
Yep.
ran around the field like a crazy guy, like you were Superman, right? Because I
Yep,
knew it.
it was amazing. It was
No,
all
as soon as you land, you're like, when can I go back up? Because I want to go back
right.
up. Yeah,
Yep.
that's the way that goes.
I'm
We've
still
been
waiting on my
trying to
third
get him to
tandem.
stay up more than 10 minutes at a time. Don't know why he keeps on getting up there and then coming down after 10 minutes. Like, dude, stay
Well-
up there.
He is practicing his landings. I mean,
That's what I was doing. I was
Yeah,
trying to
that-
get
there's no problem with that.
perfected on the landings.
Yeah.
That's a
And
good idea.
That's why I like the trike. It makes the landings a lot easier.
Oh, wow.
You know how, and and you love flying and everything, because when you drive past the airports, you get all excited. It's like whenever we drive past Torch now, I'm just like, oh my God, that was fun. And then I was in Holland, Michigan for like 4 days, and we drove by the airport, and I was just like, oh my God, there it is. There's the flats where the flying was at. I've been there before and this and that. So it's exciting.
It is.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, what flight are you on now?
8 or 9. I got it. I logged them all. So I don't know. I think it's 8 or 9. But yeah, Butch is way ahead of me. If I had a place where I could just go out the back door and fly, then yeah,
Right.
freaking be
That's
doing it
what
all
I'm
the time.
saying.
I'd be at 50 or 100 by now.
I'm just waiting for the weather. That's it. Hey, Sean, what's it like today? Can we go? Can we go? Can we go? I'm up at 4:30 every morning now.
Yeah, and this morning we got at 4:30 and it was foggy. I'm like, I'm going back to sleep. And I went back to sleep. I think a total of 10 hours I slept last night, plus going back to sleep. I was exhausted. I'm like, I'm just tired.
Wow.
I come in here, went over my trike, wiped it down, did a post-flight, pre-flight, then ready to go. You know, I even put some cushion under the seat, put a mirror on the front.
Oh yeah, that's right. The mirror you put on today. That was pretty cool.
Got it all decked out.
Yeah.
This was fun, guys. I really enjoyed this tonight. Really enjoyed this.
Always enjoy. And like I said, guys, if you're on Gaggle and you can find Run Into the Sky group or Paramotor Arkansas group, you're more than welcome to join either one and watch me fly, Butch fly, and all the other people that have joined up on those particular groups. And if you have groups on Gaggle, post them in the super chat. I would love to join. I mean, public groups, post them in the super chat, and I would love to join yours too.
I seen somebody asking the other day on Facebook, I think it was, that if somebody had started one in the Southeast yet. Has anybody started a group in the Southeast?
Oh, thanks for reminding me. Yeah, that happened to be on Southeast Paramotor Group. If you're on, if you live in the Southeast, check out Southeast Paramotor Group. It just be perfect for you.
So when it comes to groups, I can only find the ones that I created. I can't find groups that are out there. And I'm looking at it right now on my phone, and I cannot see how to chat with other people or find other people or anything like that. Is there something that I'm missing? I mean, there's your flights.
As far as adding groups and stuff, I think the group thing, you have to be invited to them.
Right, I think
I don't
that's
know how
what
to add them. But if you see different people, you can, like, if you see a person's name, you can hit message. See that? I could send them a message.
Right.
But, to add groups, I don't know. Maybe they're going to keep adding stuff on, but they did add a bunch of stuff, and I got to go look what they changed, but there's a lot.
When did they update? Was it just recently?
It was yesterday or the day before.
Yesterday morning when I tried to log in to, I hit record and it made me, do all my information again.
Yeah, it changed everything because it says I have 0 flights.
That
yeah.
sucks.
Right.
That means your data has just been wiped out, right?
That's what it looks like. But yet it'll show your last flight, and it don't make any sense that it's showing that. But I got lifetime flights 0, flights this year 0, flights this month 0.
Oh, yeah. I just hit update. It wasn't updated.
Oh, okay.
So go to your go to update and let's see.
Mine updated yesterday.
All right, mine didn't update.
Yeah.
So
maybe you can figure out. It'll show you what's in that update if you look at it before you download it. It shows everything they changed. It's a lot.
Oh, it is. Okay, yeah, it is changed. All right, it says no flying sites found. That's weird. Explore. Oh, that's cool. There we go.
Yeah, all my stuff.
Oh,
it shows flying sites all around the country that you can go fly at, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, this now?
Sure.
Where'd you get the update, Sean?
No, you got to go update. So if you're on an iPhone, you got to go to your app store. Once you go to your app store, you got to find, search for Gaggle. And once you search for Gaggle, it'll says update. Now I just updated. Now I open it. Now it's a totally different.
Yeah.
Look at that. All sorts of different stuff now.
So does it show your, because I don't want to lose my data. So did it?
That's what I'm trying to find. My groups. There's my groups. Okay. My friends and followers. Oh my gosh, I got friends and followers.
Yeah, followers, yeah.
Holy smokes.
And then if you hit explore, it shows, well, this is not going to show up good. It shows flying sites near you.
Yeah.
Those places you can go fly.
Yeah, but look, 0 followers, 0 whatever.
I know.
Where's your flights? Your flights are there. I see it. Let me see if I can find my flights.
See, I got 7 flights. What? Max
Emergency.
out 80 to what?
All right.
0 hours.
Let me see if I
What
can
the heck?
find.
Yeah,
the-
it screwed mine too. So I mean, but now it'll be right, hopefully.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm seeing a lot more people. I wasn't able to see a lot more people last time. Your last flight. Oh, there's my last flight that I recorded. Yeah, there's my last flight. All right.
It has achievements now too. I don't know. People are going to be trying to break. I'm going to break the record. I
Well,
hope
I
not.
do that
It
anyway.
keeps it, yeah, it saved the flights.
Yeah, I
Well,
see.
why didn't it save mine? God, that's weird.
It saved the flights.
You
and
might,
the
you
flight
might
information,
need to restart your phone.
but
Oh.
it did zero out lifetime flights and total flight.
Gaggle. See? Mine's got open.
Hmm?
Mine has open. I went to the
Okay,
App Store.
go ahead and hit
Gaggle,
open.
open.
Following and followers.
I'll go to Goggle.
Yeah, I just started going trying to find people I know and hit follow. So
Go to Gaggle. Go to Gaggle.
Gaggle.
Site. Oh, this is really neat. Okay, yeah, they did a really. Yeah, go to Gaggle. Update.
Update. There it is.
Yeah, I told
there
you.
you go.
Well, it
So-
just wasn't there just a second.
I know. So if you go there and it says open, just close out your Gaggle and then go to your
App
app
Store.
store and then so update. Click the update. Now open it. See, look at that.
All right. Now there we
yeah.
go.
Before you do that, though, hey,
But
before you
what
do
the-
that,
Yeah.
you can export your data first, just in case it's important to you.
It's
Yeah, maybe I should have did that first.
So, now this one's different. Oh, that's where it is. It's under the gear icon at the top right from the home of the first page. And somewhere in there, I think it is. Subs account. Yeah, I don't know. It moved. That's where-
Recovery driver mode. What is that? Are you kidding me?
What?
Yeah, if you go like just on the main screen before you ever hit record. Wait, what did I click on?
If you land, you got Google open and you land out at a place other than where you started from, it will automatically email the contact that you've set up.
See right here, if you hit record and you look in the top right, you see that little car?
Yeah,
Like if you hit record like you're gonna fly and you click on that car, it goes to recovery driver mode and it shows a picture of a car. I guess that's so if you land out somewhere, you can do that and people can come find you.
Oh, so
Yeah.
they
well, I don't
so
know
I-
what that's associated
I-
with
I-
the email though.
I signed up. So most people probably have the Wingman, which is free. I did the frequent flyer, and then I just did the adventurer for $70 for 12 months. So I'm curious to see what that does as far as all the cool things that I can do on this. I love
don't even know.
supporting. I love.
I'm under
supporting-
frequent flyer, whatever that one is.
Yeah, I just did the adventure. Now I can see all flights. Oh, cool. There's all my flight achievements. Oh, cool. Look at that. Neato. All right. So I don't always log my flights, but now with this new update, I might just have to do more flights and see what my achievements are. What are the achievements that you can do? Oh, it's your own personal achievements. Flight time, total distance, speed, climb rate, altitude,
Yeah.
height, AGL, G-force, and open distance. Okay, so it's achievements for your own self. It's your own personal achievement.
Yep.
Neato. All right, I'm gonna have to start flying more with this thing on. Because a lot of times I just want to go up and fly, and just enjoy. It's like a beautiful sunrise or a sunset I want to see, or I just want to go fly and not have comms on and just be free, and I don't always turn on a recording app. But
Yes, CT Fly. I don't even know how to upgrade my subscription. I'm on Frequent Flyer. I paid for whatever it was so I could get the subscription. There we go. Frequent Flyer. Manage subscription. Okay. But see, I'm on annual already.
for frequent flyer.
Yeah. Oh, I see Adventurer. Oh,
Yeah.
so there's one above what I had.
That's what I just joined. That they just had it apparently because I love to support these guys. These guys are great.
Detailed
So
weather forecast. That's good.
I saw that, so I can't wait to try that one out and figure out your forecast.
Upcoming flyable days for favorite sites. I like that, man. Now I'm gonna have to upgrade my thing. Dadgummit.
Always got to upgrade the
Steve.
thing.
Got potty mouth.
What?
3 flights
Yeah,
in the
damn
last
it.
12 months. Look at that. That's crazy.
Dadgummit.
Okay, so you can put your LZs on here. So I'm going to put our Run into the Sky LZ. Run into this guy, LZ. Add site. Cool. All right. So what happens now when I do this? Does this give it the new? I guess it does. So I'm just adding our LZ over here. I'm curious to see if they give me weather for.
Okay.
So okay, that's cool. So you can put a picture of your LZ. You can tag your LZ. You can do a site guide, wind guide, takeoff area, landing areas. Man, this is really cool.
Wow. Airspaces for your region.
Yeah, that's what I've done already. Yeah.
Right.
So this is so cool. So tags. Okay, so paramotor. Okay, so you can put tags on it. Hang paraglider, paramotor, soar, thermals, winch, XC, flatland. So you can tag it whatever you want to. Site guide. Oh, so you can actually put a guide on there. The site guide has a site description, getting there, weather notes, rules, and comments. Oh, that's neat. Wind guide.
Ah, good. So you can
Oh.
put rules for specific
Yeah.
LZs. That's nice.
So your wind guide also it says that you can avoid different directions of wind. Like if we have a south wind, you can actually hit avoid if you want to, so people know to not go there on certain wind. That's pretty neat. The best
Wow.
wind, the max wind, the direction. Wow, they've really put a lot of time into
Yeah, they
this.
just took out all my stuff.
Man.
Yeah.
What? All your stuff?
Everything that I had in there about my wing and paramotor.
Will just
all
said
that
to back
stuff.
up everything.
Oh, good. Well, that was too
So
late.
back up everything before you hit update.
Yeah.
Takeoff area. Oh, this is really cool. I'm really gonna dig
It
this.
just wiped out all my flights. Oh well.
That's right. You'll get more flights.
Yeah. It's not like I won't make more.
You got to start all over, Butch.
Oh well.
Oh well, darn you.
Oh
Darn,
darn.
you're gonna have to fly some
Man,
more.
gonna have to fly some more. Ain't that pitiful. Oh well. I'll just have to do that. Hey, can I join your
Oh,
group?
cool. So I put the Run into the Sky, and it shows right here, upcoming flyable days weather forecast. So let me tap that and see what. Wow. Look there. That's a windy
Hey,
on
Bill H.
That's a windy on steroids.
Wow. Does it show just ground or does it show like
It's showing cloud
Winds aloft?
cover, precipitation, gust speed, wind speed, direction, height in AGL, height. Oh yeah, height in AGL. The days, the time. Look at all that,
nice?
and it's showing you. Oh, this is so cool.
Hey, I got Bill.
Look, I'm like, we don't need no trainer. We got gaggle.
This is so cool.
Dustin, Judd, Joshua, Marsh, Darren, Erik.
I did click on my username and it
Yeah.
still shows I got 9 flights. I mean, it may not show my data and everything, but if I go just to that, it shows my max altitude and that I have had 9 flights. There we go. Max height was 1,388 feet, 3 hours, 50 minutes flight time, which is wrong, but
Oh my goodness, cool. It actually shows our locations on here. Oh, this is so neat. So let me go ahead and turn this around so you guys can see. So this is our LZ, and it actually shows on our LZ.
Oh, wow. Look at that. New
Right into
location
the
right into the sky.
Yep. And I just put in new location to add a different location as far as like this is so cool. All right, so neat. Oh, it has a site chat. Oh my gosh, it has a run into the sky chat.
Yeah, that is cool.
All right.
Sean is making me want to get the adventurer subscription. I know, right? CD Fly? I'm considering it. I'm gonna wait.
I think I just got it.
You just got
Yeah, that's it.
All right.
So you just
I
paid
just got it.
$70 for that?
I guess I did.
like I did.
You see his face? He's like,
I didn't mean to do that. Or he could have did monthly, which is like $7, but
yeah, I did the yearly to get 2 months free.
yeah.
I'm all about getting the new month, couple months free.
I mean, it's a good app. I don't mind supporting that thing. They work hard at making that. Once they added other aircraft in the area, that one was a big thing. And now that they're adding all this too, it's even better.
Yeah, I will.
Guys, I've got to run.
Yeah, me too. Sean's gonna play with that for 3 hours. So yeah.
Yeah, we got to
It's
run.
time to go to bed, so I can
We got to run. We got to run into the sky. That's it.
There you go.
Y'all have a great evening, everyone. Thank you so much. Chris Carlos already sent out your stuff, James. So congratulations on the win. So real quick, Will Fly needs to run. So Will Fly, tell us a little bit about yourself, your Just the Tip, and how to get to it.
Yeah, man. Just the tip is the series. You can go to YouTube, look for Will Fly, or online at willflyppg.com. All my videos are right there. Enjoy.
Excellent,
So,
And Scuba Steve.
Yo, just go to paramotordude.com. I do a show Friday, 8 to 10 Eastern Standard Time. Come on out there on my YouTube channel. That link will take you to my YouTube channel and watch the show. We talk about something. It may be paramotor related, probably.
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 I try
And
not to, but it happens a lot.
absolutely. We always got to talk about paramotors, right?
Yeah,
And,
Paramount.
Paramount. And Linda Anderson.
Paramom in the house.
Bye-bye.
No, this was fun
Paramount.
tonight. Thank you so much. My team, my chatters, my para chatters, and everything that joined us on Monday nights. We love you bunches, and we so appreciate our listeners too. And yeah, if you missed the show tonight, you can watch it later, watch tomorrow, or whenever you want. So if you want to be a guest on my show,
Yeah.
if you want to be a guest on the show, just get up with ParamountUSA.com and it'll take you right to my Facebook page, and just DM me and say, hey, I want to be a guest on your show, and I'll get you all set up. And as you can see, we have a really good time on Monday night. So don't be shy. And don't forget Wednesday night, Just Want to Fly. And you can hang out with Jade there and Deweese and all that good stuff. And we have a good time. And then on Thursday night, we have paraglidingtalk.com with your host, Robert Michaels. And you never know what he's got up his sleeve every Thursday. So y'all gotta, stop on by. Thursday nights, that's the place to be. That's it.
Excellent. It's always good to be on your show, Linda, and thank you so much. We definitely appreciate you. Don't forget also run over to runintothesky.org. If you can help us out with a buck or two, that definitely helps. We got the PayPal, we got Cash App, and if you want to, you can just go over here and donate anything you want to online. And of course, you can give stocks, corporate match, legacy giving, and you can even give by check. So thank you so much, everybody. Definitely appreciate you guys. And we'll see you next week here on ClearProp TV. Run to the Sky Paramotor Podcast. Be there or be square.
And y'all fly safe.
Fly
That's it.
safe.
Always.
Peace out. Woo! Running into the sky. I love to run into the sky. Night, y'all.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.